see death around the corner.
I see death.
Them trap boys plot to send you to the corner.
I see death. I see death.
I see death around the corner.
I see death.
Stay on your turf and don't ever cross the border.
I see death. I see death.
I see death around the corner.
I see death.
For a taste, the fiends look out and warn ya.
I see death. I see death.
I see death around the corner.
I see death.
I gotta make it out or end up a goner.
I see death.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is our prediction for the undercard fight. And even if you're not interested in the main event, you should buy this fight because this is arguably the greatest undercard I've seen in a long, maybe ever, I don't know.
Stacked.
But at least the names, star pack. On the undercard, you have Edgar Berlanga, you have Julian J. Rock Williams, you have Jared Big Baby Anderson, and this is a fight, Robert Helenius versus Adam Kownacki, and then you got F.A. Ajapa, Frank Sanchez. This is just a great night of boxing. So we're going to discuss our predictions for Robert Helenius versus Adam Kownacki. I'm starting off with our lead predictor, who's been on fire all day with the real Ned the TBE.
Yes, sir. For this fight, in the first fight with Robert Helenius and Adam Kownacki, I felt Kownacki just got overwhelmed by Helenius. And Helenius, no disrespect to you, you got that win, you knocked him out, you did your thing. But I feel Kownacki is gonna come in this second fight more focused and is gonna just be on his P's and Q's, and he's gonna get the knockout he deserves, and he's gonna regain redeem himself in this matchup, and he's gonna knock Helenius out by the 7th or 8th round. I think that's how it's gonna go. It's just and in the first fight, Kownacki was giving it to him, but it was just a miscalculation that he had that led Helenius to that victory. So I think Kownacki's not gonna slip up this fight and gonna end it on a good note. So I'm picking Kownacki.
All right, and we're gonna turn it over now to Keep the Peace. No, I mean, that's Trill's Keep the Peace. I'm talking about Peace God G.
Yo, okay, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm be honest, man, I got Helenius. And the reason why is because in that first fight, Kownacki is all punches, no defense. And so he's too reckless in that fight. And so he hasn't shown any like maturity in his style as of yet, but you know, maybe he can surprise us in this fight. But again, you're only as good as your last fight for me. So I still have Helenius winning again. And on top of that, Helenius has been getting real work with Deontay Wilder. I don't know who Kownacki got for his training camp, but Robert Helenius got he has an elite level fighter in his camp, and trading real blows with Wilder, so I like to believe that's great preparation for Adam Kownacki. So, yeah, I have Robert Helenius by knockout on this one. I'll probably say like 8th round knockout.
All right, so we have a split. Ned for Adam Kownacki and G for Helenius. Big Mo, who you got?
Man, I'm going Adam Kownacki in this fight. I'm gonna say he's gonna win by a knockout around the 5th or the 6th round.
Oh, word! You think he's gonna knock him out?
Yeah. He got.
Yeah,
he did. But you know what? Sometimes I think he fought it. Helenius was better than him, and I think the moment was kind of big. That was probably his biggest fight, and you see how he after the loss he just dropped his head and ran up out of there. I think he's gonna make the necessary adjustments, man, and get it done this time. I'm gonna go 6th round.
All right, Complex.
Thank you. I'm picking Kownacki as well. I think the first fight he just made a mistake, and this is heavyweight boxing. One mistake can change the whole course of the fight. I think he was winning. I remember watching the fight, and I think did he drop Helenius? I don't know if he dropped him beforehand, but I think he was.
I can't recall off the top of my head.
I think he was winning, and then I think he made a mistake, and Helenius caught him, and then after that, he just got caught. Yeah, Kownacki got caught more so than like it was a domination or like Helenius had his number that night. It was more so like Kownacki got caught, he got wobbled, he couldn't recover, and then the fight was over, which happens in heavyweight boxing. Because before that, if you see Kownacki's fights, which they promoted him on Fox a lot, he beat Chris Arreola. They had a good fight, but he beat Chris Arreola. He knocked out Charles Martin in like one round, and then he had some other good wins. And what's funny is that boxing such a round robin. Charles Martin, no, not Charles Martin. My bad. Elgaro Nagaro, the who's the dude who fought Wilder, the bald-headed dude, Gerald Washington.
Washington.
My bad.
I saw that fight.
It was Gerald Washington. Kownacki knocked out Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington knocked out Helenius. So it's like a round robin of these guys knocking each other out. But I think more so the Kownacki loss was actually a fluke. Not a fluke, but like I don't think Helenius was supposed to win that night. And I think if they fight again,
no, he wasn't supposed to.
He wasn't supposed to
be fooled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's what he was kind of brought in to pad Kownacki's record, and it just ended up going the wrong way. I think if they fight again, Kownacki rights the ship. PBC was kind of setting him up to be a challenger. Kownacki to me seems like a guy who's like a contender. They say it's like he could have been a contender, he could have been a champion. He's like a contender level to me. I think he's good. I don't know if he's ever going to be a champion level, but he was kind of being set up to
they
fight.
Want him to be. Yeah.
They want him to be.
Yeah, I think they were grooming him to fight Wilder.
They were.
They promised him. It seemed like.
They promised him the Wilder fight instead of him fighting Joshua as well, I believe. So, because I think Thing was trying to keep all his fighters in house, but he let Andy Ruiz go. Al Heyman, I mean. So, I think we may see that next. Honestly, if Wilder wins and Kownacki wins, I could see that very much being the next fight for both of them. So, I think
it got to be Dillian.
Dillian's got to fight on October 31st. He got to get past that. And we've seen Dillian; he'd be slipping and sliding. So I don't know. Anything is possible. I'm just saying, anything is possible. But anyways, I think I pick Kownacki anyways.
Dollar Bill, who you got?
I got Adam. I think it was just an off night. I don't think that Robert Helenius is a Vernon Forrest to his Sugar Shane Mosley. I don't think he has his number. I think that it was just an off night. It happens to the best of them. There was a lot of pressure. And like you said, and everybody has been saying, they've been grooming Adam to be the next star because he has a strong Polish fan base. And my big bro even alluded to when he went to a Wilder fight, they was the majority in the crowd.
Yeah.
So they were definitely grooming him to be the next challenger. But I think that he's still a work in progress, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to see them get past Adam, and I think he can stop him. If he doesn't stop him and Robert gives him another good fight, and I still think Adam will pull it off, but we might end up seeing the third one with these two guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was exciting. It was exciting.
Yeah, because it depends on how you lose. Like Hayden was saying, it really depends on how you lose. We seen what's his name, the bad dresser, with Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? And we came in here and praised him. And he lost that fight. But he fought so good and gave a valid effort that we were all so impressed that we came in the next day and praised him. So if Robert Helenius can do the same thing, we might be seeing the third fight. Just got to impress the people.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with pretty much everything that was said, but I'll just add a few things. I know that Adam Kownacki recently had a child around the time of that fight, and he was coming off of his fight with Chris Arreola, which now we know may have taken more from him than we originally thought, because in that fight, they threw the most punches in copy box numbers in heavyweight history in a fight. And then, you just seen what Chris Arreola did to Andy Ruiz and dropping Andy Ruiz. So him going in there against Helenius, maybe he didn't give himself enough time to recover. You also factor in having a newborn and, what that does to sleep patterns, what that does to altering like what you're accustomed to doing. And so, I know he's a professional athlete, and you say, well, he shouldn't be involved, but, professional athlete or not, you still want to interact with your child, right? So
perfect example, Audemars, when he got knocked out by Johnny Gonzalez. And he was, just had his baby. It was just so overwhelming. It was everything that was going on. Had a baby, just bought a house. It happens, distractions. But yeah, I just wanted to add to that.
No, exactly. But that's a good point. You look at Edgar Berlanga, just had a baby. He has a newborn, and he got dropped in sparring with the Cuban dude, Erickson Lupin. Dropped him in sparring, and everyone's talking about that. Sometimes life happens, and sometimes life can impact what's going on in the ring. And I think it was just the perfect storm of that for Adam Kownacki on that night. He was winning that fight, however, and I think he's now hopefully he's going to be more cautious, taking more calculated risk rather than throwing caution to the wind. Trill pointed out his Polish following. I think is good for the sport. I think it's good for the heavyweight division. I think the heavyweight division is more entertaining with Adam Kownacki as a player in the division. And, I like Helenius, but I think, we've pretty much seen the best Helenius can do. And I think Kownacki brings something different. And I think he's the better fighter overall. And I think this time he's going to get the job done. And so I think either a late round stoppage or a points decision victory for Kownacki.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
When things seem bleak, walk with me. To navigate these streets, walk with me.